Hello, I'm reviewing Avengers Infinity War Endgame, and I'm giving them an 8 out of 10 for being mediocre, and not the really... It's kind of shitty story to... What's this? I really don't... This is when This is the first... These are the first two Avengers movie, I think, where I generally am uninvested in the Avengers dilemma. And I can... Because the Avengers in this film are so unenergetic and memorable, and the opposite of memorable in this film. Each Avengers are the opposite of memorable, most of them. And dumb. Dumb written versions of themselves. Now we all know what happens in the end of Infinity War. Thanos snaps his fingers and he wipes out half of life. In the Infinity War, and Endgame picks up after where the first Infinity War ended on. Right where it ended on. And, I'll argue the Avengers is kind of, are very incompetent enough. It's kind of, to be fair, it is kind of Black Widow's fault why they lost. Besides Thor's fault in not aiming for the head. Because it's also Black Widow's fault that they lost because she decided to let the folks, Thanos' army, off with a warning. And not just kill them right away where they stand and just try to talk some sense into them. Yeah, sure. After they hear, or I guess, after that makes sense, considering the Avengers are aware of the threat that Thanos pulls to the planet, and seems to be aware of the situation, and meet up with Bruce and everything. Blah blah blah. As Bruce contacts the Avengers that were in high in this movie, and for some reason in this movie, Hulk doesn't want to Hulk out anymore. Because I guess he's afraid of Thanos. I know a lot of people, I guess if you, but if you look at the commentary if you listen to the commentary of Infinity War, you realize that's not the case. The reason why Hulk can't Hulk out is because they couldn't think of what to do with the Hulk. Oh well. So instead of killing him off, which would be the proper thing to do in the movie, I think they should have, if they couldn't know what to do with Hulk, they should have just decapitate the Hulk have the Thanos snap the Hulk's neck. Or, decapitate the Hulk with one of his blade. Come on, this gotta be some, I'm just saying, it's just like if Thanos can defeat, he can surely kill Hulk, I'm sure, with one of those Infinity Stones. Why doesn't he use the Infinity Stones on the Hulk and kill him with it? Why? Because Thanos didn't think of it, I guess, when he already had an Infinity Stone. And got two in the beginning of the movie. From destroying Thor's ship that Hulk was on. And he already have two now, so he can use two as well. So why doesn't he use them on Hulk? Don't know. That we don't... It's like, why doesn't he use the Soul Stone? Why doesn't he use every individual stone in this movie in Infinity War? Including the Soul Stone, which is supposed to be very powerful, special something, but never really shown what it does. Because Thanos never uses it. Ever. Once. And, yeah, we don't know what all the stones do, really. I mean, we know what most of them do, except the Soul Stone, I think. I just don't know what it does. Because, is it a weapon? Can you use it as a weapon or something? Don't know. Or is it like the power of heart? When it's just a useless piece of shit. Like Marty from Captain Planet. Power, heart. Is it like the Planet Katir? It's like when, what the fuck am I talking about? I'm sorry, I'm brainstorming. Because why is one stone that's called a Soul Stone does nothing? Well, this for show. It doesn't make any sense to me. This is stupid. A lot of this movie raises questions to me, like why can't Hulk out? Well, and why does he not? And why is even Van wants to know, and it's not really explained ever. Not even in Endgame, except through brief monologuing through Bruce Banner in his Hulk form, but with the mind of Bruce Banner. So now he's twice as annoying. Yay! Now there's no escaping Bruce Banner's played by Mark Ruffalo. Fuck me. Now he's here to stay. Fuck. Oh, and the memes they have with this guy. Tacos are funny. Hulk handing out tacos to Ant-Man is funny, I guess. I don't know. Because I guess that's supposed to be funny. It's shot like it's supposed to be funny. It's kind of like shot like the shot that, when Ant-Man time travels into the quantum realm and back, and he ages backwards until old as a senior, and then then they finally got his right age, everything had to take multiple dips in the quantum realm, because it was fucking up his age for some reason. And I guess that was funny. That was shot like it's supposed to be funny, but so many slingshot like it's supposed to be funny in this movie. I'm not really sure what's the drama, what's the dilemma, what's the point of this fucking film called Avengers Endgame. At least in the Avengers Infinity War, I felt like I understood the stakes. In Avengers Endgame, I don't understand any stakes. Because everything is treated like I don't know, it's so, like they're trying desperate to find the next meme for the audience to post on the internet and tweet about and talk about. Say, look at this meme. This movie's like not really sure to tell a good story, but just to try to throw random ideas together and make a movie. It feels like of a movie. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what Avengers Endgame feels like. The last Avengers film from 2019. I give that an 8 out of 10. And its predecessor previously called Avengers Infinity War an 8 out of 10. Because it makes better sense than in Endgame. Endgame is somehow a dumb movie. Much more upping the stupid, weird factor to Shyamalan levels of standards and beyond. Avengers Endgame, with its plot elements, was illogical and without reason, and makes it good. And no common sense is common sense, and makes it popular now, I guess. So I'm just going to have to go with the flow that this film was popular and made money. God, this gets an 8 out of 10 for me. It's not as, this is kind of lame of these movies, these plot movies, Avengers Infinity War to Endgame. They're kind of unimaginative stories that are stupid. Stupid. Poorly paced, lame characters on the Avengers. It was a lame villain called Thanos, who feels like every state-of-the-art CGI generic villain you could imagine written-wise, with his heavy monologue of his generic villain monologuing of explaining his mortal gender plan, blah blah blah, for the grand scheme of things, blah blah blah. Crap. I feel like I've heard this before. Just not played by Josh Brolin. Because Josh Brolin plays Thanos in this movie. In my opinion, his performance, I mean, it's alright. His performance as Thanos is alright, but it's not really that great. I thought Thanos was kind of forgettable of a villain. And, compared to Michael Keaton's Vulture from Homecoming. And that movie wasn't that great. But I will say one of the benefits of that movie was the Vulture. I mean, and this film is kind of lame, like, what's the, like Hela from Ragnarok. Lame like Hela from Ragnarok, like a waste of potential. Or like, you know how like Gore the God Butcher felt like a wasted potential? But he has a good performance because he's played by a talented actor like Christian Bale, giving his all. That's kind of what I feel like. I'm not saying Thanos, I felt like isn't. I'm just saying I just feel like Thanos could have probably been written better, maybe? Maybe the actor could have played him better if he was given a better script. Or maybe these, I don't know how they make these movies. I don't know. I don't bother, like, doing all the research on behind the special features because it's exhausting for me. So, these movies, and, these movies kind of, fun. These movies weren't terrible. These movies just weren't as fun as I wanted them to be. They were kind of boring. Like, they think that The Godfather, you know how, like, you know how The Godfather was trying to be this, like, was clearly trying to be a really serious, groundbreaking movie for its time, and that's what it got known for? It feels like that's what Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame is trying to be, but doesn't know that's supposed to be an Avengers movie. Supposed to be fun. And the Avengers are supposed to be fun. And the stakes are supposed to be high. While they win or lose, it's supposed to be fun. They're supposed to be fun characters still. But these characters are boring than when they get to Infinity War and Endgame. They are boring with the exception of Captain America Captain America Steve Rogers, played by Chris Evans. I actually forgotten. I've forgotten most of them. Even Tony. In this, I guess like Tony was okay. I guess was used okay in these movies, but I think I don't know why. I thought Tony was still kind of boring, even in this movie. Like he's boring again, I guess, and then I guess he's even less boring once you get to. I don't know. I just feel like he's dumb. I just feel like he's a dull performance now. Tony Stark feels boring now in Infinity War and in Endgame. Sorry. The only one I actually liked was Captain America, Steve Rogers, played by Chris Evans in these movies of Infinity War and Endgame. The rest, I could deal without them. Just saying. Yeah, I think these movies probably would have been better if they were just Captain America movies, not really Avengers movies. Because Captain America is the only good thing about these movies, I think. Wouldn't it be cool if Captain America took on Thanos alone and failed with the Avengers? I don't know what I'm fucking talking about. I just think there's gotta be a better movie. This movie. I've been up all night. I just think that these movies are dumb. What I'm trying to say is, but they're not terrible. This is a little lame. At times, it's like they're not the worst thing in the world, they're not the best thing in the world to me. I don't like it that much. Okay. Like this video, please. I give this 8 out of 10 of Infinity War and Endgame of Avengers movies. And, good morning. Hit the subscribe by hitting the bell first, and then subscribe. Goodbye.